Good morning, YouTube. This is ITG Finance bringing you another live stream of my Forex trading session. Today I have the pound US dollar up. We're going to trade that as it has a pretty significant uptrend on the 1 hour. Load that up. You can see this trend. We have a support line right here that it bounced off of already, so we're just looking for it to come up and break through those highs as the morning goes along. On the 15-minute, you can see, we kind of have confirmation here that it's staying on that trend through here. So that's what we're going to be trading. Let's just pull up right now. I'm hoping that it breaks through this resistance level, which it looks like it will, and then go on up into this higher levels. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the 1 minute. And we're just going to build into positions. As it comes down, we'll build up into those positions. Looks like it is breaking through some of this resistance level here. Go ahead and draw a line here where we want it. Next resistance level looks like it's up here at these levels, and then another major one up here. Down here we look like we have support here, here, and down here. And again, as right now we have a winning trade on, we're going to let it run because it's our lowest winning trade. And as it goes up, we'll be just looking to take trades. If the market comes back down here, we'll take another trade, right? And then as it goes up, comes back, we'll take another trade. So that's kind of the plan. The market never really does what you plan it to do. So here we go. We'll just start some trading. Some of you may have noticed, if you're watching this back in time lapse, did not trade on Friday or Monday. It was Easter weekend. The markets were pretty slow over the weekend, so I didn't even stream it. It would have been too painful to watch for both of us. So I want to thank you for being here. If you're watching this back through the channel, a couple disclaimers. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm a beginner trader. I don't suggest that you follow my trades or my trading style. I'm not giving financial or investment advice through this trading session. This is just a video blog for me to come back and watch my trade sessions to see what worked and what didn't, so that I can become a better trader over time. If you get something out of this and you like the videos, you can click and subscribe. Click the like and subscribe. That'd be appreciated. It would be good to get your feedback and comments. Maybe that can help me along my way to see what other traders are thinking as I'm drawing on the charts or taking trades. I hope you enjoy this video. And again, thank you for watching. Alright, there's our first pullback. I'm going to put some more buys on. And we're just going to get a couple pips out of the market as it pulls back up. This trade here was an overnight trade. I had a couple overnight trades. I'm still trying to adjust my stop loss. We'll put it over here so I can show y'all. Had a pretty good downtrend on all the charts, including the 1 hour. So I took the trade back here, and for this I had a stop loss above the HMA and then a take profit down at this resistance level or support level, which is what I thought the trade would do. And then I took another trade. I got a signal that showed the same exact trade that I had already set up. And if you see right here, it was below the HMA. It pulled back a little bit on this green candle. And on the stochastic, you were above 50. So that tells me that that is a sell signal for this particular setup. So HMA was red. It was still below the HMA, and the stochastic was above 50. I took a second trade because I got a signal that confirmed my original trade, and I took that trade and put a higher stop loss and a higher take profit. Now, if I would have been following the same setup for both of my trades, then I would be positive on both right now, but I didn't. I set my stop loss too close on the trade that I originally took, which just shows me that, if I would have gave it enough room to breathe a little bit, then I would be benefiting from that. But we still got a good trade on. I guess I should not be trading 3 micro lots this morning on my scalp session. I didn't even see that, so I'm glad things are going in our direction. But we'll continue to monitor that. But yeah, this trade's doing pretty well. I will probably move my stop loss because we only have another 15 pips to go here. But this is a pretty good downtrend. I'm happy with this trade. We'll see what it does over the course of the next 30 minutes or so. Alright, we're getting another pullback here. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple more buys. These are really good fills because I'm getting that take profit right at the bottom of that last positive, or the top of that last green bar. That's usually once I know the pullback is far enough that the high probability is that it's going to at least retrace back to the last little high there. So if we continue to follow the trend. So we're starting to get up into some of this support and resistance level here. And that's why it's kind of bouncing around. So we're going to be looking to see if it can break through these levels and get back up into this upper range. That's kind of where we're looking for it to break up into. So right now it's kind of bouncing off of that a little bit. This trade here at the bottom, it doesn't have a take profit because I want it to run. Same as I build into these positions. If I think this trend is going to be a good trend and hold, then I want to give myself the opportunity to let those trades run as we continue to work up through this trend. The Windows built-in layers will take some profit off of some of these, leave a trade, let it run, take some profit, leave a trade, let it run. So it's kind of how the morning session is going to go, I hope, but we'll have to see. Alright, that was a pretty good retracement. Now we're headed back up. Hopefully we'll be able to knock some of these take profits out on the way. We just made a pretty good run. We're kind of out of price cycle right now. But if you look back, 30 pips, 20 pips, now we're at 30 pips. We're right at that price action. So it could pull back, quite a bit before it runs back up again. But we are getting higher lows and higher highs on each one of these pullbacks. So I'm still looking for this to come up and break up above this level here. And if it does break, you're looking at having it run up another 10 pips or so. We'll start testing these areas. about 10 pips of movement. I'm just looking at some of these consolidation ranges, you know, to see what we're in for if things start pulling back. But had a good, 8 pip pullback there. I would have liked for some of these trades to pull off when we were up here. I just thought it would come all the way back up, but it did not. So now we just have to kind of wait again. If this gets down another 1 or 2 pips, I'll go ahead and put another trade on, but I'll just kind of leave these trades here as we're layered in. Spread's not too bad on the pound US, 1.1. I was looking at the Euro USD today, but it was kind of choppy. I didn't want to get in and try to fight the trend. I did set up this watch list so I can kind of look and see what the spreads are doing. See, the spreads are pretty low on the pound USD right now compared to some of these other pairs. Euro USD is always low. Euro pound's usually pretty good. It's 1.5 or less. Of course, the US pairs are usually in the 1.5 or less range. A little bit of volatility in the market right now. It's not too bad. There's no serious US news coming out that should affect our trading today. A little bit of watching and waiting here. Again, it may come all the way back down to this kind of support line here. Might see it bounce back up. Do another layer here. Move these take profits kind of back down to this new resistance point here. Gosh, it's going to go ahead and pull all the way back on us. Wanted to take a little profit since that was a 3 micro lot trade. I didn't want it coming into the negative, because that would be a little more difficult to deal with than these 1 micro lot trades. We'll go ahead and put in another layer here at this bottom. We got a good wick here. Problem is I don't see another support resistance line, so we'll just fade into these. Getting a lot of volatility. It's just not going in the direction we need it to go. This would be our confirmation candle. It went down. This came back up. So if this candle closes, above the high of this candle, then it should be confirmation that we're at least going to get a little bit of a pullback here going to the upside. Again, we'll just leave this last trade on to run as it goes up. And we'll take profits on some of these other ones as we go. I'm down pips for the day because of the losing trades I put in my overnight setups on the yens, all the yens, well, the pound yen, the euro yen, and the US yen all had the same trade setup. Like I said, I put those very narrow stop loss on there that I should have gave the market a little room to breathe. So I lost on all of those trades. So I'm down in pips, but because this is a 3 micro lot trade off the signal that I took, it is compensating. So I'm actually up for the day in return. It looks like I'm going to be up for the day in pips if I can get this trade to work in our favor here. The overnight setups that I originally took were only micro lots. So this is going to more than make up for any of the stop losses I had on for the one micro lot trade. All right. We are closed out of some of these trades here. Go ahead and take profit on this and just leave that second runner there. And again, if it pulls back, we'll build into those positions again. We never really broke through this resistance level again, so it may bounce around here for a little bit. But we've done the hard work, right? We have our positions on that are winners. We're above our break-even point. The market's going in the direction that we anticipated. We're just waiting for it to break through this resistance level here and keep going. So now it's up to the market to do what the market's going to do. We've done the hard work. We've gotten into the position we want to be in. Now we're just waiting on the move. And we made some pips along the way. So if we look at our order history since these are those overnights that I took. See, it was bad. But all those have gone in the direction I thought they would. So that's bad on me, not bad on the market. So here's our trades from this morning, right? So we've gotten 2-3 pips. Some of these have gotten 6 pips. We took a loss on one just because we didn't know if it was going to come all the way back up. So, and that's fine. I'm looking to get a good block of wins, and there may be some losses, spread in there. But as long as I'm being consistent to my how I want to trade and the method that I'm trading, that's fine with me to take losses. I don't mind taking losses as long as my wins outweigh the losses. That's why you'll see me adjusting those take profits, right? If we took one here and it came back down, if it came back down, I got a trade here, I took a trade here, my break-even point's probably somewhere in the middle here. Well, I may put my take profits right here, and that'll basically still be profitable because this trade and this trade are going to equal one whole trade. So right here, I'm in a positive position for this setup. I'm going to trade this. I told you I like it when my take profits are going to be below the top of that previous candle. It looks like it's going to take a little run here now that we bounced off that resistance level again. And you can see that it kind of did this back here where it bounced up and down. So, which is good for us, right? It's going to allow us to have opportunities to take some more pips out of the market. I just don't want to build into too big of a position, but it's nice when it takes our trades and then we have more ammunition to kind of get back in. If we still had all these other trades on, right, that didn't have the take profits at 2-3 pips, here we would be stuck back in that same level, and all the trades would still just be on. Right now, we've booked those pips as it went up. They're in our bank, and then we get to put those trades back on and take those positions again. So that's kind of the mindset of getting in and getting out. and only looking for those 2 to 3 pip wins. And then, we have our winners on that are running, so that's always nice that if this ever does break out, they're going to go along for the ride. We've got about 10 minutes or so. I started a little late today, so I'm glad that we're getting a lot of action out of the market while I'm here. And I like seeing this stochastic way down here at the bottom. You see every time it kind of gets stuck in this bottom, an uptrend has occurred. So stochastic's pretty good for telling you when you're getting kind of towards an uptrend, right? So even here, it broke up a little bit, got down here, broke up a little bit, got down here, broke up a little bit, got down here, right, broke back up. Now it did stay up here in these top ranges a little bit, but even then, you see it gets a little bit of a pullback when it gets up there too high. So now as we're following the trend back up, got down here and went back up. So you see the correlation between the stochastic and the trend. So here we are. We pulled back, and now we're towards this bottom, and now we're getting the green candles again. So that's how I'm looking for these entry points, right? When I'm seeing the pullback happen, the stochastic is just kind of an indicator that of what I'm seeing from the bars, right? The price action. So now we're starting to get back on that upper side, so we may see a little bit more of a pullback. Sometimes it doesn't get all the way back up, right? See up here, it kind of wanted to pull back, but we'll kind of see how it goes. It's also good that we're trading on USD pair for both sides, and they're correlating, right? The sell on the USD JPY means that the price of the US dollar compared to the yen is going down, and we're buying on the pound US dollar, which means the price of the pound is going up and the US dollar is going down, right? So we have good correlation that as our pound moves up, our yen will move down. Does that make sense? So I like that we're not pushing against the market. Even though they're not the same currency, you can have divergent currencies where the USD is gaining value against one currency and losing value against another. But anytime you can see an overall trend that the dollar is losing value against all the currencies or gaining value against all the currencies, it gives you a little bit more confidence to go into those trades uh, with the mindset that, okay, all the US dollars are going to trend a certain way. Because you get into some instances, and I think I did this on a video a couple days back, where you're on the same correlating pair, right? So it's like Euro US, Pound US. You're trading one as a buy and one as a sell. Well, those are conflicting trends, right? So you're kind of pushing against yourself. You want the dollar to go up in value on one and down in value on the other. And what's typically going to happen is they're probably going to correlate because there's something that is causing the US dollar to lose value or gain value. And you're wanting one of those to go opposite of that that market pressure. So stochastic's pretty high. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. I did take off one of those trades for profit, so that way as it comes back down we can put that guy back on. I like the movement we're getting, the kind of the up and down. If I really wanted to try to game the system and get a lot of pips, what you can do is, as this stochastic got up here, right, we could have said, well, we'll put on some sells for 2 pips, right, and we would have gotten those sells filled. Stochastic came back down. Well, now we're putting in our buys because we've got our pullback. Stochastic's up here. I could have put in some sells, but even right here, 2 pips plus a pip spread. We haven't really gotten back that far down. So then we would be stuck in sells until the next pullback. So if you're playing both sides, it's a little riskier because it will ultimately go in one way or the other, and you'll be stuck holding at least half of those as bags. So. All right, look at that candle. That's what we wanted to see. If I can keep driving up through, if we can get this trade up, what I'll probably do is if we start getting towards this upper resistance here, I'll probably go ahead and book this middle trade and then move this, take the stop loss for this trade up here at this support and resistance level that we've been bouncing off of. So if it comes back down here, at least we'll get 10 pips or so, and but otherwise we'll just let it run for the day, or I can put it at break even and do a trailing stop and let it pull it up. Alright, kind of broke it. Let's see. It's got about 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Oh, it's going to come back down. Stochastic's pretty high up there. We'll see if we get another retracement here. What's nice is when you get some smaller candles or even some green, blue, and then your stochastic comes down here without the price actually moving a lot. That means that it's really building up to go to the upside. Gosh, it just does not want to break through. Got a little bit of a resistance level here, but it is just stuck around the tops of these. That's okay, we'll take it, right? Just keep getting those bullets back. Fire the bullet, take profit. Fire the bullet, take profit. Rinse and repeat, you know. Again, guys, if you're watching this video, I want to thank you for watching the video. I'm not here to give financial or trading advice, but I do hope that you're able to get something out of this, you know, kind of video log of how I'm trading. This is going to help me as I go back and watch and see that this was a pretty good setup and why I thought I was taking the trades that I was taking. If you would, go ahead and click the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. Go check out the channel. I will be adding some different finance topic videos, you know, debt, other investments, how to build wealth. Forex trading is just one piece of my overall financial goal, and I want to track all of that information here on the YouTube channel, but those videos will be coming later. Right now, I'm just really focusing on being consistent in this market, because I think this is where my opportunity to really get a stable foothold and generate income is going to come from. Alright, so this is an abnormal candle here. It's bigger than anything we've seen so far this morning. So I am looking for it to retrace and pull back, and we'll get some profits along the way. Just waiting for it to come back, right? We're way down here. 13 stochastic, so that's a lot of pressure to push back up. There's still a chance, you know, on the 15-minute we're due for some retracement, but now we're inside that box. I said we wanted to break through. Now we're just inside the box, so it could bounce around inside this box for a few minutes. We're kind of stuck inside this support and resistance level here, which is fine for us. It's nice to see it pull back. You know, we'll take our profits as it goes back up. kind of breaking that trend line, so we'll keep a good eye on it here. Still pretty high in the stochastic over here on the 15-minute. What we want to see is it to bounce around a little bit right here in this level, in this stochastic to come back down. See, we're seeing what we wanted to happen, the opposite direction, right? It's kind of bouncing around, but our stochastic staying really high. So this may not get a lot of upward momentum. We may be stuck here in the middle for a little while. Again, this pink line is our break even, right, for all the open trades we have for this pair. So if we get above that line, we can start pulling off some of the losers and taking some of the winners. That'll put us in a better position as we bounce around down here at the bottom. But we may get, look at that. That is excellent, guys. Take off this really bad trade here. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and pull. Go ahead and pull that one off. And now we still have our runners, so we're still in really good position. Up almost half a position today, so, or half a percent, excuse me. We almost got our unrealized pips covered from all of our overnight setups here. Look at all these wins here in a row with just a couple of losses. And like I said, I don't mind taking the losses because I've kind of made up for it by the sheer number of wins. Now this may still go up here, but I'd rather get off with a little bit of a loss and leave these winners on to run than for it to bounce off here and come all the way back down. And now we missed the opportunity to get out of that trade, you know, with our dignity, so to speak. So now we'll just have to wait and see what the market does. I think I'm going to do what I said and go ahead and put my my stop losses on down here. And we'll do trailing stops. See if we can get the market to pull them up for us. The USD JPY has about 9 or 10 pips it needs to go to hit our take profit. So we'll wait to see if that happens. If that's true, this will pull our stop loss up, in the win range. So, oh yeah, look, this is what we were waiting on all morning. This is awesome, guys. Look at it go. Gonna get back up into that support range up there, and if it breaks through, the sky's the limit. Yep, see, it's trying to break through that support line up there. The next support line is kind of up here. Let's see if it gets up there. That'd be a nice little run. It's more likely to retrace on this really abnormal candle here, but that's okay. We're still way down here out of that range with our stop loss, so it can bounce around up there now between these two blue lines, and we'll be just fine. Alright, thank you very much, guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Click the like, click subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.